38 Special versus 22 Magnum in our 3-inch revolver test here. So what I'm attempting to do is to do a really fair test, the best I can do for fairness, comparing 38 Special to 22 Magnum. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, 22 Magnum's a rifle round, etc., etc. I kind of disagree. The first firearm for a 22 Magnum was actually a revolver, even though it was designed around a rifle. And the amount of loss you get in a handgun versus a rifle is pretty much the same as what you get in a 357 Magnum from a rifle or a handgun. Does that make the 357 mag a bad cartridge? No, and kind of the same theory is going to be here with our 22 mag. So with our 38 Special versus our 22 mag, I'm going to run our Winchester ammunition, and there isn't really a Winchester USA in 22 mag, but I am going to run the Winchester USA 125 grain semi-jacketed hollow point versus our Winchester Super X with our 40 grain jacketed hollow point. A lot of people have been asking to see this round tested in a longer barrel. I got 888 feet per second on average in my 2-inch barrel, and generally when I go up to a 3-inch or 4-inch with 38 Special, you're almost hitting what you're going to get in a 4-inch barrel of a 3-inch. So I think that'll be a fair way to test this. Another thing I'm wondering is if this is really much different than the Winchester Silver Tip, because it uses the same bullet. They're both 40 grains, and the Silver Tip just has like nickel plated brass. So I'm kind of wondering if it's the same. So what we got on average with the Silver Tip out of this revolver was 18 feet per second. So I want to see how close we get to 18 feet per second with that as well. So this should be a fair test, about as fair as you're going to get between 38 Special and 22 mag. So I'm going to go through the chronograph, see what kind of velocity and accuracy I get at the same time. Then I'm going to do my 10% clear ballistic test. We're just going to do a shot into plain clear ballistics with both of these to see what our best potential is. You know, no denim or anything like that to clog a hollow point. What's our best potential? And after that, I'm going to put 4 layers of denim on the front of this 3 inches of clear ballistics block here, which represents our pectoral muscle. So we're going to go through 4 layers of denim, and then after 3 inches to represent hitting a pectoral muscle, I'm going to put in a 1/4 inch medium density fiber board to represent hitting ribs or sternum, and we'll see how they compare that way. And then I'm going to shoot at my steel target here from various distances to kind of see what kind of practical shootability I can get with these. So let's get started with this test. All right, 38 Special, by the way, this was rated at 945 feet per second. I believe they use a 4-inch barrel. And we're getting 888 in our 2-inch barrel. So let's see what we get in our 3-inch barrel for velocity. 38 Special plus P. 955, nice. 953. 963, I pulled that shot. 930. 924. So really, in a lot of sense, the 38 Special on a 3-inch barrel is kind of a perfect firearm, because most of the time it kind of is really close to low-end 9mm or 4-inch barrel. So we're pretty much maximizing what we can get out of a 3-inch barrel. So 22 mag, now let's rate it at 1910 feet per second, but that's going to be through a rifle. What I'm really curious about is how close is it going to get to that 18 feet per second the Winchester Silver Tip gave on average. So let's see what we get and see how close we get to 18 with this. 1361, 1358, 1312, 1332, 1318. So yeah, I am pretty suspicious that this is the Winchester Silver Tip. We're in the same vicinity, and there's a difference here. It does seem like there's a difference with case ejection though. It's a little bit stickier than the Silver Tip, so I'm really thinking that's really the only difference there. So let's hit our ballistics gel block with these and see how they compare. All right, let's see what our best potential is of these cartridges. 38 Special, 125 grain semi-jacketed. All right, let's see what our best potential is with our 22 mag semi-jacketed 40 grain. Let's go take a look. So I think I may have saw that same thing with the silver tip. I'm not 100% sure, but there's obviously a big difference there. And there's definitely a difference even from our 2-inch barrel, because in our 2-inch barrel, our 38 special didn't really get a whole lot of expansion. This looks like it has a pretty massive mushroom going on. So we're at right at about 11¼ inches, which is a little bit shallow. However, and that's not really very real world with it just plain gel. You know, people aren't just naked plain gel. So what we got here with our 22 mag is we got a penetration of 28 inches. Doesn't appear that there's any expansion going on. So let me put in our denim and our 1/4 inch MDF and see how they compare that way. All right, 38 special through our denim and our 1/4 inch medium density fiberboard. See how this does. Let's try our 22 mag now. All right, 22 mag, same thing, denim and MDF. Let's see how this does. Let's go take a look. All right, I kind of suspected that here, that more of our real world simulation here, that the 22 mag is going to do a little bit better, because you know it doesn't have a whole lot of mass to it. So when it hits something hard, it starts slowing down and tumbling and all that. But with the 38 special, I can't tell from these angles if we actually have expansion of that bullet. It looks like there is some, and we went to about 16½ inches, which I would say is pretty ideal penetration. Now with our 22 mag, it looks like we went to about an even 15 inches, which is relatively ideal. We can definitely see right here. That's going to be caused from tumbling. And we can look at the holes here, and what we can definitely see something here just by looking at this MDF. That 38 special definitely indicates that that was expanded up in this first 3 inches. And we can kind of see that in that first 3-inch block, that there is some expansion going on this top one up here. And we definitely see that going through our MDF, so that's good expansion. Now with our 22 mag, we can definitely see from that keyhole that that's tumbling. So that's very interesting to see that. That doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, it just means that's how it works. And that's how most of our 22 mag works, including that silver tip. So let me shoot at my steel target and just see what kind of practical accuracy I can get. All right, I'm about 12 yards from the target. Now what I want to test is our practical shootability. You know, a lot of people that are proponents for 22 mag say, well, you can make shots with a 22 mag and you might not be able to with the 38 special for whatever reason. I would say this here. I'm not a beginner, but I'm not necessarily like a Jerry Mitchell type person. I'm not an expert. And I also have rheumatoid arthritis and stuff like that. So if there's going to be a person that might have trouble with this because I can't necessarily grip down with my support hand all the way, it's gonna be me. So if I can make shots with the 22 mag and I can't with the 38 special, that might say something. So I'm gonna pull up and get a sight picture, pop off 6 rounds, see what I can get with our 22 mag. So here's our 22. Shoots pretty nice. 38 special, same thing. I will say, even though I can do that, it's not easy. It does take just a slightly more timing to do that. Like if you're shooting a 22 mag, you almost don't have to think about it, where it's just like, just pull that trigger. There's no technique there. And with no technique, they seem to hit. With this, you do need a little bit of technique, where it's just like, I fire that shot, I can feel it come up, and you have to have some practice to be able to know how to bring it back down and pull that second shot. But what I'm seeing here is, you know, if somebody has absolutely no experience, no training, never shot before, I could see how a 22 mag would be beneficial here. But even if you shot a couple of times, I think you're gonna do just as well for hitting the target with the 38 special. So let me back up a little bit and see what kind of practical accuracy I can get. All right, 25 yards from the target. This is gonna be more of my like self-defense drill. And a little bit different light here, where maybe there's a target at that distance, and you need to take some shots. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to try to put a few on target. I'm not going to fire as fast as I think I can. I'm going to fire as fast as I think I can land those shots. So, you know, I'm not going to take any extra time. Like, if I think I can make another shot, even if it's not that great of a shot, I'm going to pull it off. So, see how fast I can get a few on target here with their 22 mag. All right. Let's see what timing we get with our 38 special here. I kind of felt that one graze a little bit. Like I pulled it a little bit to the right. So again, there's that thing with the timing there. It just takes a little bit more timing with this. So let me back up just a little more. All right, 50 yards from the target, same thing. I'm gonna try to take my time, and not take my time, but you know, fire as fast as I can, not just boom, boom, boom if I miss, but try to be accurate, try to be accurate, try to be accurate. See if I can make a few hits on target from 50 yards. As fast as I think I can do it. All right, same thing with our 38 special here. So with this, I think they are shooting just a little bit off just this gun, and I can see here our 22 mag had an advantage there. Let me back it up a little more. All right, 75 yards from the target. I'm going to do the exact same thing here. Right, try to get them on target as fast as I possibly can. Now this would be definitely a very extreme situation, but it's happened before. You know, I know that specifically like Columbine, that was the distance, 75 yards. Officers couldn't make those hits with their Glocks. So now, see how quick I can get them on target. So I believe that I did not hit. I believe this might have been a misfire here. Yeah, I had a misfire in one of these. So let me see what I'm doing wrong here. What am I doing wrong? A single action, one shot. All right. Kick that round out. Try to see if I can see where these are hitting. I didn't hear any impacts. Might just be me. Let me try a few more. So I got 4 more in my pocket here. I think just what was going on there, it was I was just firing too fast. I thought I could hit and I couldn't at that distance with that speed. So this, I'll slow it down a little bit. It's just hitting directly below the target. The 38 special, this is where I think you have some advantage here with 38 special, just because the bullets are significantly heavier. You retain a lot of momentum, you retain a lot of energy. Fast as I can think I can hit the target, let me try 38 special. So again, this gun was shooting significantly to the left with this particular ammo. I saw it going off target, so I aimed off the target to the right and I started making hits. One of those misses was Taurus trigger, where the trigger on a Taurus comes back a lot further than other brands, and the skin on my finger hooks behind it. Completely stops the trigger pull, and then I have to pinch and squeeze to get to go the rest of the way. It happens sometimes, and that doesn't happen with Ruger revolvers and Smith & Wesson. Like, I could pull as much as I want, it's still going to click before I pinch in there. But anyways, that out of the way here. What I'm seeing here is at close range, the shootability of our 22 mag without thinking about it is superior. However, with just a small amount of training, our 22 mag or our 38 special is just as easy to place shots. At distance of 50 yards, it looked like our 22 mag was superior. This I had a little bit of trouble with. And 75 yards, it looks like our 22 mag is just kind of all over, where this is a little more consistent. Our ballistic gel test here, what we saw, without any question, as our 38 Special was very superior, extremely superior. You might even say it's superior to a lot of 9mm rounds you see nowadays, because it expanded huge, did a lot of damage, consistently expanded out of this 3-inch barrel. So I'm going to say that our 38 Special, very good round. This would be a fight stopper for sure. It's a pretty good round from what I'm seeing in that gel. It's hitting hard, it's expanding, doing a lot of damage. Our 22 mag, a lot to be desired. We got some tumbling when we did our real world simulation, but overall, not so good performance. So that's what you get today with this, with our semi-jacketed hollow point, our Winchester ammunition. You know, can 22 mag really rival 38 Special? Answers obviously no, but it's a lot better than 22 long rifle. So that's what you get today. So as always, comment, share, and like, and thanks for watching.